Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Iwing Marketplace Chit Chat, where we give the opportunities for entrepreneurs to talk about themselves and what they do so we can learn from them and we can also support them. Today, we are with two powerful realtors in Texas who are collaborating to help people buy their first home and relocate to Texas. We have Desmond Nsutebu, who's a realtor based in Dallas, and we also have Solange Mbah, who's a realtor based in Houston. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Desmond, your sound is totally off. Solange, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Right. So let's start with Solange. Solange, can you introduce yourself and tell us more about what you do?
Thank you so much, Ivan. It's truly an honor for me to be here, on your platform to speak about something that is very closer to my heart. My name is Solange. I'm a registered nurse. I used to be a registered nurse, and when I was going through my home buying process, um, I discovered so many things that were not right to me. I won't say that were not right. So before I became a real estate professional, I used to I used to be a buyer. I used to be on the other end of things, buying houses where get into investing, buy houses, do flip and fix and flip. But going through these processes, even before that, for my very first home, I had so many challenges that I could imagine what other people are going through. For example, sometimes I leave a 12-hour shift. I come back home. I used to work night shift. I come back home. I cannot sleep because I'm going through a home buying process. I'm having this underwriters calling me. They're asking for this document. They're asking for that document. It was almost like they wanted to know the color of the dress I wear every day or something. So that was such a tedious process for me that no one prepared my mind. And I know that this is a process that should have been enjoyable. Home ownership is a great thing. It's such a journey, but I did not enjoy it. So after that, I took upon myself to say, wow, I think I can put myself in the position to help other people, give them this guidance, help them navigate this process with ease. And that is why we are here. That is why we do what we do today.
Oh, nice. So, what do you like about being a realtor?
Thank you. A lot of people ask me that question. Being a realtor to me is it's not. It doesn't feel like a job to me. Also, I have to share that because the people the people are the reason why I'm into it. Like, for example, let me give a quick example of a buyer that we had last month. We This buyer thought that she could not make it to the closing table because her credit score was not the best. She had some issues with her job and finance, but navigating that process with her and getting to the closing table where we could successfully close and she got the keys to her house, that big smile on her face is the reason behind it for me.
Nice. So, you love helping people, you love seeing the smile on their face when they are able to get their dream home. So, Desmond, let's come to you. Can you introduce yourself, Desmond?
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Desmond Nsutebu. I'm a realtor with EXP here in Dallas, Texas. I help families get into their dream homes, whether they are selling, they are buying, whether they're going for investment properties, whether they're looking for land, or whether they're moving from out of state. I'm here in Dallas as their local realtor. I help them get their dream homes.
That's really nice. So, what inspired you to get into uh, real estate?
Well, 5 years ago, when I moved to Dallas and I started the process of building my home, I had a very nice agent that, when I talked to him about my background as a civil engineer, building homes back home and also designing, he told me that I would love it if I try this career path. So he encouraged me and he guided me through. So it was seamless because back home, I design homes, I build homes, and I love it. So it's something that I've always done all my life. And when I started here too in Dallas, it was a very beautiful process because I easily, transition into it.
So what's the current rate now when it comes to uh, home buying in
Interest rate?
yeah.
Well, right now, the interest rates actually vary. They are just around 6.4, 6.5. It just depends on maybe which lender you're going with and also depending on your credit score. So there are so many varieties of factors that affect, the interest rate that you get when you want to buy. So depending on the kind of loan you choose, because there are different kind of loans, whether it's a VA loan, FHA loan, conventional loan, they have different, interest rates that you can go with depending on your credit score. So your credit score actually determine the kind of interest rate you get for buying your home.
So is now a good time to buy?
Oh yeah, now is always a good time to buy. When you're ready, you're ready. You cannot predict the market. You cannot know whether the market is gonna go down or go up. But when you're ready to buy, it's always the right time to buy.
Nice, nice, nice. So why is it? Why will you encourage people to move to Dallas, Texas? I mean, what are some of the pros and cons?
Wow. Yeah. So Dallas, first of all, has a very big market. Just the Dallas economy itself is more than the whole of Canada's economy. So Dallas, first of all, economically is booming. I mean, Texas as a whole, but Dallas specifically has so many nice things that are coming into Texas, into Dallas, like the Disney World is coming to Dallas. So instead of going to Florida, going to California, you have that here in Dallas. It has very good school systems and good neighborhood. The prices are cheap. The homes are, way cheaper than homes in California, in Maryland, in Connecticut, New York. You can get a very beautiful home, for less than getting in all the other states. So Dallas is actually welcoming, is friendly, and also the weather. If you want to run away from cold, like in New York where you are, you can come to Dallas. We have a very good weather here. A little bit, it's not too hot, but it's kind of hot, and so with that price, you can get homes for 400,000 here. You can get them in New York for like 700,000, 800,000. So if you want something that is good for your money, you can move down here in Texas.
Nice. I've been to Texas so many times, and you guys got one of the most beautiful homes there. It's usually very beautiful, big, and a lot of space, which is good for families. So right now, I mean, even in Texas, there are so many people who are renting, and sometimes maybe they're scared to make that commitment of buying a home, right? So what might be discouraging people, or what are some of the fears people have, and how can they overcome it to get a home?
Well, sometimes what I've gotten so far, we as a team, we've closed over 70 homes. We've closed a lot of land, so we have experience with respect to why people want to buy and why some don't want to buy. Right? Some people are just scared because they don't know the process. They feel that the process is tedious because they have never really talked to a realtor who is knowledgeable about the market, about the process, and that can hold their hand seamlessly through the whole process. So there's always a fear of not knowing, right? The fear of the unknown. You don't know. When you don't know, you don't know. So that's one thing. Then the second thing is that renting too costs a lot, right? You can be renting a home for 2,500. Meanwhile, you can get a home and pay a mortgage of 2,700, which is just a difference of $200. You're building your equity, you're building wealth, unlike paying some other person's mortgage and rent, right? Because some people, investors buy homes and just put them on rent. then you go and pay and build their equity for them. Why not build your own equity by buying your own home? You must not buy an expensive home, buy according to your budget. And that's why we are here. We walk you through to make it seamless for you so that we take the fear out of you, and then guide you to get something that you are comfortable with, and that you are not stressed while paying your mortgage, and you're building wealth at the same time.
That's nice. I love this collaboration that you have, with Solange, to help people to buy home properties. So sometimes knowing where to start is the most difficult part. Solange, how much do I need? Someone like me, if I need a home, how much do I need, to get something in Texas, like a comfortable house?
Great question. So I tell the people who living in Texas, the people who live in Texas or who are looking to move in to Texas, that the Houston market, the Texas market as a whole is still picking up, which means that it's not as expensive. It's not, you don't have to break the bank to own a home in Texas. Unlike states like New York, California, Maryland, for example, where I've done a lot of investment out there, one-on-one experience on buying houses out there is completely different. So a home that costs 600,000 in Maryland, for example, in Texas, that home will be 300,000. That's such a big difference.
Right.
So homes here are pretty affordable.
hmm So
The,
what's the buying process like? Okay, I'm ready to buy, right? And I'm contacting you to buy. What's the process like?
okay, thank you for the question. When you want to, first, if you reach out to me that you're looking to buy a house, I will have a buyer's consultation, just to sit down with you or have a conversation to find out what is it that you're looking for. Why do you want to buy? Are you downsizing? Is it your first home or is it an investment property? This is because when we find out that information, we can bring in our knowledge and expertise that we have. For example, if it's from the investment side, I want to sit down and write the numbers, do analysis, run comps in that area, and make sure that whatever thing you're buying, if it's for an investment, you're able to make your money. If that property is not going to give you any money, I'll run the numbers and tell you that no, this is not a good deal, don't go for it. And this is because also before I got here, I used to be an investor, buy investment properties. So I will get back to your question. I will get your information and see what is it that you want. Then from there, I can better guide you, direct you, educate you, and let you know that this process is, it could be a beautiful and enjoyable process.
Nice. Desmond, when buying, right? What do I need to expect during the buying process?
So when you are ready to buy, that there's just one goal at the end, to get your key at the end of the process. So there are so many steps that you need to take, and that you need to prepare yourself to when you want to start the process. The first one is, obviously, you need to be fully employed. So you have to have a full-time job, and you have to have a good credit. If you don't have a good credit, have at least 580 if you want to go with the FHA loan, which is subsidized by the government. And if you want to go with a conventional, you have to have at least 620 credit score. But if you don't have a credit score, if you don't have, the necessary finance to get your home, just know that you can always buy if you have the right money and you have the right agent, because there are different ways that we can always use to get you a property, whether a non-conventional way or a conventional way. So you just expect to have a good credit, have your money, or you are working full time. You can always get a job with as little as 0% down. You can get a home. So the things you can expect in the process is just making sure that you know get your finances with the loan department and the underwriting go through, and also with the agent and the builders get your home ready, during closing, because that's what is you are expecting at the end, to have your key through the process. So there's a lot that goes in, but you need the right agent, and that's why we are here to guide you, to help you, and actually to prepare you. Some people are not prepared, but they know that in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year, they want to buy, but they don't know how to go about it. Our job is to guide you and start preparing you so that at the time when you are ready, you actually have everything you need to have a seamless closing at the end. That's why we are here to help you.
I love that, and I love that you guys are collaborating to do this. So how do you choose a realtor? I mean, so many people are looking to buy, and they are wondering now, like, how do I choose my realtor, and what are the things to look when choosing a realtor?
Well, so I would say the main thing that you can, that can use as the main factor to choose is somebody who have a proven track record, right? Somebody who's available, somebody who can communicate throughout the process transparently, to tell you exactly which stage we are, what you need, and also available anytime that you need them. So we are all full-time realtors, and we are available. We have closed over 70 homes. We have closed so many lands, rental properties. We have put so many people into their dream home. So we have that portfolio, right? We have closed homes from 200,000 to 2 million. It doesn't really matter. We close all the various, all those prices of homes. So we have the track record. We are easily accessible. We have the resources. Whatever you need in the market, we're able to link you up. If you are in, let's say, for example, California, and you need somebody to guide you, we are here to guide you because we've partnered with real estate agents in all 50 states. So what we do is, if you need something down there, we don't need to fly there. We just connect with our local real estate agent, then walk you through the process and assist you to get to your property. So we have that track record. We have, all the resources available, and we have the partnership with lenders. We have so many lenders, title companies that we work with to help you, close your property seamlessly. So those are some of the things that you can look at, when choosing your realtor. The partnerships, the team, we are all about that.
Especially the collaboration you guys have. So
Exactly.
like multiple people to talk to, which
Yep.
help to reduce that fear and the stress people have going through this buying process.
Yes.
Solange, what are some of the benefits or the differences you have, with other realtors?
So thank you. The difference is that we work as a team, and of course they say teamwork makes the dream work, right? And two hands are better than one. We have a network where we have resources.
Mhm.
Like Desmond just said, we have lenders of different category, different levels for different situations. So whatever situation our clients have or we have in front of us, we know who to talk to, who to bring on board. And of course, we are available all the time. Anytime you call us, email a message, or, you know, just wanting to talk, ask your questions, we are available. And also, because I'm coming from a nursing background, I am I'm here to to be able to help support fellow nurses. So I bring the ones that I work with, I bring them to our team so we can work to help them, provide them the guidance. A lot of them work long hours, nurses, doctors, they work for long hours and really don't have time to look at these properties, um, to look at the details which it takes for them to be able to put their money and consider something as an investment. So I bring those deals to our team, and we take a look at it and give them feedback. Great value. That's what we
Mhm.
do.
Beautiful. So, having been through this process, buying your first home, of course, at a very young age, what are some of the lessons that you learned during the process?
Thank you. That is a profound question, actually, because after going through that process of buying my first home, I took a deep breath. I was like, wow. It was like it was an eye opener for me. Some of the lessons I learned is that knowledge is power. That is the very first thing. Knowledge is power because having the right guidance and knowing how to go about the whole process can be a game changer for you. That's the very first thing. And that is the reason why I put myself in this position today.
To help
You
people to buy home.
right to help people because there were a lot of things that I came across. I had to probably run to YouTube. Google was my friend. So that is one of the lessons that I took from there. And also a big lesson that I also took from there is that home ownership is truly amazing. And I want to encourage everyone that if you have any doubt or thinking that it's not possible, I'm here to tell you that it's possible because I have been through it. A lot of people have that fear. I get it. But it taught me that you can do this. So that was a big lesson too. And of course, enjoying the benefit of that home ownership now, which is something I can't emphasize enough. Home
So, how did
ownership.
you feel when you went through that process and you were able to buy your first home? How did you feel?
To be honest with you, Ivan, it was exciting, but it was also a very draining process for me.
Mhm.
It wasn't an easy process. It was so draining to the point that once I had the key, a lot of that excitement, a lot of the joy, it wasn't there as it was supposed to be. But I know that it could be better. I know that it could be better. So I I think it was a beautiful journey, and the experience too is what has made who I am today. So I am grateful for that experience.
So, what do you think was like the biggest challenge you faced among all the challenges you went through?
So the biggest challenge that I faced was it was a lot of uncertainties. That was a challenge for me.
Mhm.
A lot of uncertainty, confusing paperwork, very tight timelines. And there
Mhm.
were moments where I felt like giving up altogether because of the pressure that was coming from lenders.
Mhm.
The pressure that was coming from the lenders, it was getting to me directly. I was feeling that pressure. And mind you, I'm just coming back home from a 12-hour shift. I cannot sleep. My phone is ringing. We need this document. We need this document. We need, mind you, I already sent this document, but they're asking for explanation based for that. It was so frustrating for me. I felt like my mind was not, I wasn't prepared enough for that process.
Wow.
So the
It's
pre-approval, the underwriting process, those were very frustrating to me.
wow. I'm
And
glad that you were able to succeed, and now you're helping people to buy, houses or their first home. So, Desmond, is it very important to be pre-approved before starting the whole process of buying properties?
Oh yeah. Yes, it's first of all, that's the first stage, right? If you have to buy and you contact a real estate agent, that's the first step you have to go through to be pre-approved. You can be pre-qualified, but you still need to be pre-approved because you don't want to be pre-qualified and then you are unable to go through the underwriting process. So you need to be pre-approved. That's the first stage.
What's the difference, if I may ask, between being pre-approved and pre-qualified?
So a pre-qualification is something that you just put in arbitrary numbers to say this is my credit score, this is how much I make, and without actually showing proof, and they do you a soft credit pool to determine your qualification. There's no hard pull on your credit report to see all the debts that you have and all of that. That's pre-qualification. Then with pre-approval, the lender will actually ask for documents, ask for your permission to do a hard pull on your credit to actually, qualify you with a specific amount that the lender knows that the banks can afford to give you to buy a house. They can give you a pre-qualification for let's say $700,000. It doesn't necessarily mean that you should use $700,000. It just means that the bank can give you up to that amount. So you are the one now to ration it according to what your needs are, and maybe buy a home for 350 or 400. But the lender just sees that you are making this good income, that you can afford a home for this amount of money. Then they give you a pre-qualification. So that one, the lender is sure because they have documents that back up the approval. They know if they send it through underwriting, it can go through. So that's the difference.
Wow. So now, I mean, we've gotten a good amount of information about, the fear when buying, being pre-approved and stuff like that. So what are some of the things that can come up, during the buying process, when you're buying your home?
So, and this is very important, right? Getting pre-approved is just a step.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a job and you are ready to buy, or you are in a buying process, one thing you should never do is to change your job or to leave your job.
Mm-hmm.
If you change your job or leave your job, you're going to lose the home. You will not be able to close on that house, and you might lose your earnest money. So when you are in that process, I've had different situations with different clients. And the issue is, at the beginning, when they started, they either lost their job or they changed their job. And they thought because it's in the same field, let's say you are in an IT domain and you change your job to another IT job, you think that will help you. No, you need to be in that same job, close on that home before you leave the job, because those are issues that clients will go through. Like I've had a situation where at the beginning, the client actually, when they run the pre-approval, the client was at this particular job. But within 1 month, that client was released, but they got a new job. That became a problem. So they had to change the loan and even change the lender, because now loans there are different kinds of loans, right? And they have different fees. Some loans are expensive depending on what they can actually approve and what they cannot prove. So there are some loans that you have good interest rate because it's just normal. You have your full-time job, they can verify. The fees is low. But when you have those kind of issues now, where you're changing jobs, it's going to cost you a lot of money. You need to put high down payment. If you initially have to put 3.5%, they might require you to put 20% down to close that loan because you just changed your job and all of that. So those are some of the issues that we as your real estate agent, we're able to guide you from past experience and from other clients that have had issues, and to navigate through that process. And that's why we have different lenders that can help with different situations, as Solange rightly mentioned, because some people might not be working and they have money and they need a home. We have lenders that can also help with that. So we have all of that in our toolbox, and that's why we are here to help.
Nice. So I've made up my mind. I've chosen my realtors, and I'm going through the process of buying now. So what happens during the closing day? What usually happens? Solange, you can take that, or Desmond.
Okay, that's fine. I can go. So the hardest part of this process is always going to be to provide all your documentation and go through underwritings, right? When that is done and you are clear to close, there's only one thing that is left. And is gonna be to actually get your appraisal done, because normally a bank cannot give money to close on your home without actually getting that home appraised. Appraisal simply means that this bank is gonna give you 500,000 for this home, but the bank needs to be sure that this home is actually worth 500,000. So they need to appraise that house to make sure that the home is not 400,000 and they're giving 500,000, right? Because if anything happens to that home, they will be the one that will lose. So now the appraisal process goes through the underwriting process. Then on closing day, every document, the lenders will send every document and a clear to close to the title company. Then the title company will inform you with the instructions on how you're going to wire your money, which is the down payment and the closing cost. They're going to send you the instructions and tell you, because there's a lot of scams going on. People can always, infiltrate your emails and send you wrong wire information. So they will direct you on how to wire the funds or to bring a cashier's check on closing day. Closing day, you just go to the title company with your check, your cashier's check, or you wire the money and then go to your closing and sign all the documents that will have your name as the new owner of that home. So on closing day, you have just one thing to do: sign your life off, sign all the paperwork. There's a lot of paperwork that you're gonna sign. They'll hand you the key.
Right.
So,
I mean, Solange is a good real estate investor. I mean, she has a lot of experience buying, flipping homes. What are some of the most important things to look at, when you're before even going to closing, like to check the property or inspect the property? What are some of the important things to?
Oh yeah. So when you are done with the whole underwriting process and the home is clear to close, even before we get to that part, there is so important that you have to take a look at that home. There are certain things that you cannot bypass during this process, especially inspection. You have to do a walkthrough. You have to go inspect that home to make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be, the roof, the foundation. There are certain things that will be very costly if you skip this part of the process. So you want to take a look at the finishing, the appliances, are they working, the roof. You also want to take a look at the warranty that you have. How long is that warranty gonna be? You have this walkthrough inspection with an inspector, an outside inspector, to make sure that everything is good, looking good. And if they come in and should find anything that is wrong with the home, they put it on a report and give it back to the builder, and everything will be fixed before you can go in there. So that's an important part of the
Right.
process.
And for people you guys have helped, as you and Desmond have helped to get their first property, how do they usually feel, going through this process?
I'll give you an example of a client that we helped last month. It was a first time home buyer. She was a she is a single lady, so she wanted to get her very first home. She was so excited to get this home, but along the line we had issues with her job as well. Just like Desmond said, sometimes people change jobs. We had issues with her qualification, but like we said, we have a network of lenders that we work with, and we bring them in depending on what is going on. So we pull one of our lenders, and they were able to underwrite her loan, got her to the closing table. She was so excited, and she still sends us messages right now. She's very excited.
That's beautiful.
Owner.
That's beautiful. So Desmond, we've gone through all the process, checked the house, got the loan sorted and everything, and now we have the keys. Can you give some tips for somebody who just completed the process and is a homeowner?
Yeah. So normally when you get your key, there's so much excitement, right? And the next thing is what next? What next? And that's with respect to maintaining that home, paying your mortgage, and also making sure that the home is in a good state. So when you get, there are two types of homes that you can get: either a brand new home or an old home that has been existing. Let's say, for example, 10 years or 15 years old home. There are
Mhm.
different, there's going to be a different way to approach the way you maintain post you get your key, right? When you get your key for a new home, for example, the home is under warranty. So the first 1 year, if anything goes wrong with the house, the builder is in charge. The builder is going to take care of the home. You have like a warranty ticket that you have to submit. Like the first 2 months, if there's something, they'll give you a punch list. You can write them down and then call the warranty department. They will come and take care of it. Then I usually advise my clients that when you get a brand new home on the 10th, when it's around the 10th month or 11th month, you get a third party inspector to come in and inspect the home, do a thorough inspection, inspect the roof, the foundation, the sewage, the AC unit, and every aspect of the home so that you can put in your final warranty before your 1 year warranty expires. So when you do that, you're sure that your home is in good shape, your foundation is in good shape, your roof is in good shape. Then you can also, with regular maintenance, to make sure that the filters of your home are changed regularly. Usually some, depending on the size of the filters, you can change them whether 2 months or 6 months. You have to make sure that is changed as well. Then when it comes to existing homes, those old homes, when you get into it, depending on how you close on that home, every repair thereafter is on you. So you are the one who is going to make sure you regularly bring in inspectors to check in on your ACs, because the AC units are not cheap. They are very expensive. They go bad. So you can do regular maintenance that will not cost much, so that you can save on repairing, having a huge repair cost on your home. So those basic stuff, you have to do them. You have to take care of it and make sure that your home is in good order. But depending on the nature and the stage of your home, you have to do regular maintenance and try to put in your warranty to make sure that your home is in good. Apart from that, also making sure that you file for your homestead exemption. Remember, taxes on your homes, they increase the mortgage of your home. So you have to make sure, especially in Texas, to protest your tax every year. The appraiser district is going to send you an appraisal for your home, but make sure you always protest it. And if it's your primary home, file for homestead exemption so that your taxes can be reduced. And if your taxes are reduced, your mortgage in turn is going to also reduce. So those are some of the things that after you get your keys, you have to be aware of.
That's a good one. And I heard you mention about, buying a new or buying a old home. Which do you think is better?
Well, that's a good question, right? They all have their advantages and their disadvantages.
Mhm.
So when you get, let me go start with the old homes, right? If you want a big home and with a big yard for less, you go with the old homes, right? Because you'll be able to get those homes that were built like maybe 20 years ago on a 2 acre lot. They are huge. They have enough space, enough backyard, and all of that. They have maybe swimming pools and all of that. But because it's an old home, you realize that the energy consumption is going to be high because the homes are not efficient. They are not energy efficient, right? And then
Mhm.
because it's too big, it's going to also be too big to maintain and too big to repair. So with those old homes, then foundation issues, when they start having things, their foundation issues, you spend a lot on those ones. Unlike new homes, that if you're buying a brand new home, you have warranty, for example, for 10 years, you have warranty for 7 years, you have warranty for 1 year, that you, the company that built that home is in charge of those things if they get bad. Then the new homes are energy efficient. So because they are smaller and also because they are energy efficient, you'll be saving on your electricity bill, maybe even water bill, because now the homes are not bigger, they're not too big, and Most of them do not really have swimming pools. If you want to put a swimming pool, it's going to be on you. But most old homes you might see, because Texas was hot and people were putting pools, and it's also expensive to maintain a pool. So they all have their advantages and disadvantages depending on your needs, depending on what you need. So, but a market like the one in Texas, there are no shortages of homes. It doesn't matter what price range you are, you always get a home. Even within under 30 days, you can get a home in Texas, unlike other states that you have to be on waiting list for too long. Here in Texas, we have an inventory of thousands of homes. So at any point in time, you're ready to buy, we can get your home under 30 days.
Yeah, ready to buy. Is it better to like visit before buying or rent before buying?
So it just depends if you're ready, right? And if you can qualify for it. Because you can be ready and you're not qualified. That's one thing. You can be willing, but you have limitations. But we can actually help clients from any state that are moving to Texas, because we can show you homes virtually. We can actually go show you homes virtually, do all the preparations and do everything remotely, virtually, before you even come and validate the home. So we save you that time and energy and the back and forth flying by doing a virtual showing for you, right? And if you can qualify to buy and you want to move immediately, if you're working remotely, you can qualify and you can even buy without even visiting, if you actually trust the process, right? But if you are willing and you are not qualified, you can move and we look for you a rental. We can rent you a home for 12 months. Within that 12 months, then you prepare yourself, know the area, then you can buy. So it just depends on how ready you are and how qualified you are.
Nice. So for people who are looking to buy and they've not yet made up their mind, right? What do you guys have to tell them?
So if you're looking to buy a home and you're not ready, you're not there yet, of course, it's like some kind of pre-preparations that also have to take place, right? I will advise that while you're waiting to get to the point where you're fully ready to take that step, please work on your credit score. Um, Work on your credit score. Find a way to start saving up some money for your down payment. And also, you want to start looking at what location you want to live in. Start asking yourself, if I have to buy a house today, how much do I think that I can afford a home? Okay, for a home of this price, you want to also talk to somebody, an agent that can give you some information. Just pick their brain and ask them questions. Okay, I want a home for this amount. How much do you think could be my down payment? I know credit score and other things have to come in place, but just an estimate so that you can start budgeting for that home. And also, if you have to change a job, or your job history is also very important. Usually they say they want 2 years of work experience for you to be able to get your home. You want to put that straight. You want to just start getting the paperwork ready in your mind. You know, those are some of the things that can have you ready to buy, to just wake up and say, okay, I've been preparing these things and I'm here. Can we look for a home for me?
Nice,
Those
nice.
to help the process.
So apart from helping people buy and sell, I know you guys are also help people who are ready to invest in properties, right? Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, sure. We do that every day. We help people who are looking to invest, to buy homes and some want to buy homes and do like Airbnb, others who also want to buy their home, fix it and put it back in the market for sale. We provide those services to them as well. Especially like I was saying, that we help a lot of nurses and doctors, people who are busy, who have a tight schedule. They don't really have that time to sit down and look at these properties. We are here to help them. And any investor who is looking to invest, they send us the properties and we sit down, we do analysis, we run comps, we take a look at the data that is in the system, look at the numbers, because of course numbers don't lie, right? We look
Right.
at those numbers and make analysis, and we are able to tell if this is a good deal, if this is something that you should put your money, you should spend your money on, or you should leave it alone. And we're also looking that, okay, for example, someone that wants to buy a home to put on rent, we need to go to the system to see how long does it take for a property to rent in this neighborhood, in this community. Those are some of the information that we get, and we let you know that, okay, in this neighborhood, houses take 3 months to rent. Are you ready to go through this? And if you wake up someday and say, I don't want to invest anymore, I want to sell this home, how long will you be able to take? How long will this house be in the market for you to sell? Is it even possible that you can wake up and say you want to sell this house and easily sell it? So we also make sure that you have an exit strategy. You don't get something and feel stuck in it. No. Um, we provide those services to our client to make sure that they are comfortable before they can put any money in any house as an investment property.
Nice, nice, nice. So right now I'm ready to invest, and I want to invest with Solange. What's the process?
Sure. If you are ready to invest with me, I'm bringing you to our team. On our team, I'm asking you, do you have any particular area where you want to invest in? Do you have anything in mind? I also want to know what kind of investment are you looking to do? Do you want Airbnb? Do you want to buy this house, fix and sell? Or do you want to buy this house and fix, or just put it on rent for your stable income, stable, passive income? So when I get this information, I'm able to vet and start looking for that home for you. I start looking for the home, doing analysis. Also, the very first thing we do is that we put you through the lenders to make sure that you're able to qualify for this home. Of course, we have our lenders. The lenders that we work with have different loans for investors as well, not just for first-time home buyers. We put you with our lenders. When they pre-approve you for a loan, now we look at that budget and start looking for your home. Also, making analysis to see that if you're spending this amount of money to get a home, are you going to be able to get, maybe if you're interested in maybe cash flow, or just a stable income, something stable while building your equity? We make sure that you are getting you're getting that part of the juice.
Right.
Yes, you're getting
So,
it.
so take for example, right? I want to invest, let's say, buy a property in Houston and put out for rents, right? So
Correct.
like, what are the average costs, of buying those kind of properties, and how long does the process take?
The process can take anywhere between, we can get you a property if it's an investment property, even the first home or any property. We can get you a property within 30 days in Houston, Texas, in Texas as a whole, even in Dallas. But if you are looking to invest, especially now in Houston, in Texas as a whole, yes, Houston has a lot of duplexes. That's one thing that we encourages our clients to kind of like get what they want, and then also let them know what is in the market. Like here now, there are a lot of duplexes that are affordable. And you ask about the price. You can have a duplex here, two two bedroom, 2 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 2 bedroom, affordable. You can get it for like 480, 500,000. And remember, you're getting two sides. This is a duplex where you can either live in one or rent the other side. That's, you're getting cash flow. You're living in one side and renting the other side, or you rent both sides and you collect the monthly rent. So to get a duplex here in Houston, investment property can go anywhere from 350 to 500,000.
Wow, wow, wow. This is a very beautiful piece of information that we have here today. So for everyone who is looking to get their first home, if you're looking to relocate to Dallas or Houston or anywhere in Texas or anywhere in the US, Desmond Nsutebu of Suitable Realty is here to help you. Desmond, before we go, is there anything else you want to add that we have not touched?
Well, so I just want to reiterate that we are a team here in Texas, but we're not limited, right? If you're looking to, let's say you have a home and you want to sell, we can help you. If you want to buy and you want to move, or you want to move to Texas, we are here to help you. We are not limited to just buying and selling homes. If you want a land, if you already have a home and you just want to buy a land and keep and invest, right, we can help you with that. If you are looking for a commercial space, let's say you want to open a group home or maybe a healthcare, a clinic, a dental clinic or something, we can help you get that. We have all the resources in place to assist you with all and any of your real estate needs. We have a team in both the lending side, the agent side. We work as a team and we are able to help you in those domains. So do not hesitate to contact any of us. It doesn't matter your state. If you just want us to assist you in something or to help you or guide you, we are here to help. We do real estate full time and we are here all the time for you.
Wow, this has been a very enriching conversation. Thank you guys for, deciding to join us and share all these beautiful resources with our community. And keep doing what you're doing, and definitely we'll have more conversations like this in some days ahead. Thanks again for joining us, and it's been wonderful.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you so much. Thank you, Ivan.
You're welcome. Guys, thanks for watching. Please make sure you share this video. Make sure you visit Iwing Marketplace website uh, and download the app as well. Support businesses that are on the platform. Thank you all for watching. Again, please help us share this video so people can learn about all these beautiful tips that has been shared. We're out.